How's it going, guys? I have an exciting video for you today. I was actually requested on Reddit to make this video. I did put a post up just to basically explain this in full. But, you know, a video could also help just so you can see it in action. So, hey, I've actually managed to figure out how to find exclusively Gmax Pokemon. Like, you don't find anything else. It's literally Gmax Pokemon, which means that you can shiny hunt them as long as you want. And I found this by complete accident. I was really trying to figure it out, and one thing led to another, and yeah, here I am. I've been hunting this for a while now. So you can see here that right, so there's a Gmax Corviknight right there. And if I basically check it out, I've already checked this, but if I check it out, I can check to see if it's shiny. And it's obviously not going to be shiny, but there's always the chance that it could be. So it isn't. So what you do now is soft reset. I'm doing this with one hand, so I'd just like to apologize for that. I don't have a capture card, unfortunately, which is why I was debating making this video. I thought the Reddit post would be enough, but you know, it was requested of me, and I have made kind of tutorial videos before like this, so you know, for people that want to watch it, it's here for you. So that wasn't shiny. So here's the thing. When you connect to Mystery Gift, right here, and you go and you get your wild area news, it basically gives you this message which spawns all of these current rate up event Gmax Pokemon, which at the moment is Butterfree, Corviknight, Centiskorch, Dreadnought, and Sandaconda. So you have a chance of finding these Gmax Pokemon in any random den. Like, it could be literally any den. And FYI guys, when you do that, you actually save the game. It doesn't tell you, but when you connect to the news, it saves the game. So make sure you don't check it before you absolutely know that you want to save the game. I accidentally did that, but you know, I've learned. So basically what that does is it spawns the Gmax Pokemon, and you'll find them in these red beams. You'll only find them in red beams. You won't find them in anything else. And you can see right now mine are, you know, they're just regular 5-star Pokemon. That is because I've beaten the champion already. And I don't really recommend doing this method until you beat the champion, because there is a possibility that you might not find Gmax Pokemon as often until you've done that, because you get rarer spawns once you've beaten the champion. So I definitely recommend waiting until then. But basically you'll find the Gmax Pokemon out here in the wild area. And what I'll show you now, just quickly, is you can see this is the only beam in the wild area right now. And the reason for that is because, wrong button, is because I have actually gone about and deliberately, first I found this, I've made sure that there was actually a event Gmax den, but then I went and if I take you to this location, I actually went and I took out every single den in the wild area that wasn't this Gmax spawn. And I've done this multiple times just to see if you can get more than one Gmax den. It seems like you can't, but that's just from my experience. So you might get lucky, you might find 2 or 3 or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, there's a possibility that you can find more than just one event Gmax den. But there's always going to be once you've checked that message on mystery gift, there's always going to be at least one. There should be. And so when you find that one, once you've double checked and you've found that there is one, you then have to go and you have to take out every single den that is not the Gmax den, and go to some random old den like this one right here. Except you have to remember its location. That's why I put it like right next to the place where you fly. And you just throw a wishing star in. Like that's all you do. You just throw a wishing star, and what this does is it basically ensures that the Gmax den that you found, the only one that's left that's naturally spawned, it doesn't go away. Because if you try and do this method without throwing in the wishing star, what you're going to do is you're accidentally going to reset all of the dens, and you're going to have to do this all over again, which I've had to do because, as I said, I've been testing this for ages trying to figure this out. So with this den right here, you don't need to worry about it anymore. It's here. It's always going to be there. Yeah, it's basically your failsafe for this method. And so you basically, once you've put the wishing star in and you've wiped out the map, except for the Gmax den, you basically go back. I think it was here. You go back to where the Gmax den was. I'm trying to remember where it was. There it is. So obviously, because I'm doing this with one hand, it's not going to be as quick. But you go back to the Gmax den. You check if it was shiny, like I just did. And here's the best part. If it's not shiny, all you do is you basically do the exploit, the den reset, which I think the most popular video on YouTube right now is the one that John Austin Plays did, where it basically shows you how to reset dens. So you can soft reset dens, and you know, you can do that to hunt for different Pokemon, potentially shiny Pokemon, stuff like that. And it works for this method too. So, and also guys, just a heads up, you don't need online for this. I know that in John Austin Plays video, he said that you need online. That's actually a misconception. You don't need online, and it's actually been driving people insane. Because if you're online and you do this method, people try to connect to the raid and they immediately get disconnected, and it's causing a big fuss. And there's been talk of Nintendo patching it and all that stuff. I don't know if that's going to happen. I really highly doubt it, because to be honest, if you think about it logically, there's no way that they can actually patch this method unless you connect to the internet, or they force you to connect to the internet, you know, before you can play the game. And some people don't even have internet. You know, there are cases where people don't have internet for these games, so they wouldn't even be able to get their games patched. There's no other way for them to get patched. So this method would always work so long as you didn't connect to the internet. Now, obviously, you know, people are going to want to connect to the internet, but you know, if you're doing this method and you're shiny hunting, then you're not going to even need to connect to the internet, so you wouldn't even need to worry about this being patched. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents. So what you do is you go on to invite others. You go on to your date settings, so system settings, all the way down to system, date and time. Date and time. You have to make sure that your synchronized clock via internet is off. Move the day just by 1. That's all you need to do. And then click off. Click off this. And you'll see the beam disappears. It's completely gone. But you don't need to worry, because it's going to reappear again. And you can see that beam right there. It's reappeared right there. And it's exactly the same den. It's not going to be the same Pokemon, but it's the same special den that spawns the special Gmax Pokemon. Going on the wrong thing here. It's going to literally appear somewhere else on the map. And so what you basically have done is you've turned what was a nightmare hunt, searching for a Gmax Pokemon the regular way, the regular with a purple beam, just resetting until you find one, and then the chances of finding one are something like 5% or 1% or something stupid. So the chances of finding a shiny one are astronomical. But yeah, you've basically turned something that is absolutely ridiculous into something that is basically a roamer hunt. You know, if you basically remember like the roamers, like the legendary dogs in Gold, Silver and Crystal, stuff like that. It's basically what you're doing, except you're chasing the beam. And the thing is, so many people have found shiny Pokemon through the roaming method. So this is absolutely doable. It's just tedious, but it's very doable. And it's even more doable than trying to do this with one hand right now. But I'm trying to find the beam right now. I think it's over here. It's definitely in this direction. The fog is so annoying. And then of course we go into a blizzard. Okay, there's our beam that we put from earlier. Okay, I'm kind of confused. I don't really know where the beam has disappeared to. I think it might be back, so I'm just going to check. I think it's back, yeah. So anyway, what you do is you just basically look around for this beam, and it will be somewhere. I say, this is only difficult right now because I'm using one hand. I'm filming this on my phone. Oh, there's the beam. So it really doesn't take that long to find the beam. And then, as I said, if you're lucky and you find more than one beam, then you know, you've got even more of a chance of finding it. But here you go. Go up to the beam. Now what you do is you save real quick. Doesn't take long. Click on it. And there you go. You've got a brand new Gmax Pokemon. This is completely different from the one before. And it's going to always be random. There are going to be chances where you actually find Center Scorch or you find Butterfree. I'm playing Shield, so those are the three I'm going to find. Or, you know, if you're playing Sword, then you're also going to find Dreadnought or Sandaconda. But yeah, you can basically keep doing this forever until you eventually find a shiny Pokemon, and you just go on to invite others. Don't invite others, sorry. And you check it. And if it's not shiny, you rinse and repeat. It's that simple. There are obviously going to be, I say obviously, I haven't explained, but there are going to be times where if you find the den, it's not actually going to have the Gmax Pokemon. It's not going to happen often, especially if you've beaten the champion. You're going to find the Gmax den, but it's not going to have a Gmax Pokemon. It's going to have the regular versions of Corviknight or regular version of Center Scorch. But if that happens, just reset. It doesn't matter. It just happens occasionally. But you'll always find the Gmax Pokemon. Yeah, there you go. Brand new, completely different nature, IVs, everything. So, yeah, I'm going to keep doing this until I find a shiny. And then I'll post that on the channel. I was going to obviously hunt for Milcery next, but now that I've found this method, I'm 1,000,000% hunting this. So I hope this video was helpful, guys. I hope, you know, I didn't make it too complicated. It's really not complicated. The long and short of it is literally just knock out everything that isn't the Gmax den. Make sure you've connected onto Mystery Gift beforehand, and yeah, you'll basically find this. Put the wishing star in. Make sure that's very important. Put a wishing star in a den that you remember. Leave it there. It's always going to stay there. But it's just going to ensure that you can do this hunt. So that's going to be it for me now, guys. As I said, I'm going to hopefully upload a shiny Gmax Pokemon. Not sure how long it's going to take me, although I've been doing this for a while, and judging by the amount that I can do per hour, I'd say you're probably looking, if you're average luck averagely lucky, you probably can find maybe one shiny in a month, maybe something like that. If you're hunting pretty solid, which I tend to do, but we'll see. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be it from me. This is my teammutation, and I wish you guys, if you attempt this method, the best of luck. Take care.